Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Dan Blanchard from the Travel in Time Show. I'm here in Willimantic, Connecticut, the old thread capital of the world. Right down the road over there's a beautiful frog bridge, these huge frogs sitting on top of these big spools of thread, because this used to be the thread capital of the world. Today I'm standing in front of this really interesting, mysterious, jail-looking structure that I've driven by for years. I always wondered, what was the story here? And I decided I'm going to find out, right? So I came here, checked it out, tried to figure out what the story was, and I'm like, this is going to be really cool. I did a Google search, couldn't find anything on this old historic jail-looking structure in Willimantic. So I got on YouTube, and I said, look, couldn't find anything there. Nothing. Scratching my head going, why? Why is there no information on this? So I went on AI, ChatGPT, and check that out. I'm like, there's gotta be something there, right? Nothing. Wow, this is really, really getting mysterious. What is going on here? I called the Willimantic police station and said, hey, can you guys tell me about that historic jail-looking structure you got there in Memorial Park? And they're like, no, we don't have any information on that. Maybe you should try the Willimantic Historical Society. So that's where I went next. Tried the Willimantic Historical Society, and they too had no information on this structure. Now this is really starting to make me curious. I'm like, why? Why is there no information on this structure, this historical jail-looking structure? So I went to the VFW. They said that they had somebody there who was sort of like a historian who might have some information, but I had to call back another time when he was there. All right, so wow. So I'm wondering, like, what's really going on here? I mean, what could this have been used for? You know, way back in the day, there was a lot of factories here. I'm thinking maybe this was used as like a drunk tank. You know, maybe there was a lot of taverns here, and when people got drunk at night, they just kind of put them in this, let them sleep it off. Maybe this was used as like a holding cell for the bigger jails in the area. All right, so what could this have been used for? Right, I know back in the old days, they didn't want to spend a lot of money on jails. It was way cheaper just to maybe give somebody a whipping, a branding, or whatever painful punishment they could come up with, tar, feather, that sort of stuff. I mean, they didn't want to spend all the money that prisons or jails take. That's a lot of money. Way cheaper just to whip them. All right, so as I'm doing this, trying to figure out what was this used for, I finally get in touch with the VFW, like Willimantic historian of the VFW, and he tells me, hey, he says, no, that wasn't a jail at all. He goes, it's actually a memorial, and it says it right on the top that it was a memorial. All right, World War I, World War II, the Korean War, maybe the Vietnam War, that this is actually a memorial, and there's plaques inside. Now myself, being a veteran of the Army and Air Force, I thought, that's great, I love it. But you see, there's like a plaque, there's a couple plaques inside there. And I was like, all right, listen, if this is used as a memorial, why does it have bars? Again, I think it's great it's used as a memorial. Why does it have bars? Why does it have a lock there? Why does it look like a prison? And the guy said, well, long time ago, he goes, people were actually vandalizing this place. So they got the bars. The plaques inside were made of brass. So, and I guess that's valuable. People were trying to steal the brass, all right? So that's why they got the bars, and that's why they got it like locked up. Like it looks like a prison, but it's really a memorial. All right, so wow, that's just mind-blowing. So I'm thinking, okay, so what's the leadership lesson here in all this? Well, the leadership lesson, like, one, don't vandalize stuff. Two, don't steal stuff, right? Even if it is valuable, or even if you are desperate, don't steal stuff. The other lesson of leadership would be, listen, if this was a jail, what is the lesson? We're all gonna fall. We're all gonna do stupid things, make mistakes, and get into trouble, right? Even go to jail. Pick yourself up. Pick yourself up again and again and again and go back and do what's right. Not what's easy, do what's hard, do what's right, and don't do anything to get yourself in jail. And if you do, again, do what's right. Picture this way. Picture like you're always being watched, all right? Picture yourself, your imaginary self, up on an imaginary stage, all right? What would you do? I mean, if you were always on the world stage being watched, what would you do? I mean, if that was the case, if you were walking down the hallway, you'd probably pick up the piece of paper, sit in the hallway and put in your pocket, and then maybe go put in the trash, right? Picture yourself with an imaginary council of elders. I mean, what advice would they give you? Right? Obviously, they'd give you the advice of do the right thing. And that's our leadership lesson. Do the right thing. Imagine you're on a stage. People are always watching you. Do the right thing. Don't do what's easy. Do what's hard. Do the right thing. Okay, that's the leadership lesson here. Now listen, I'm going to be back soon with another lesson. Next week I'm going to be at the Lebanon Green where George Washington and the French troops hung out and planned how the heck they were going to beat the biggest, most powerful military power in the world, the English in the American Revolutionary War. All right, please like, comment, do all that stuff with my show, and looking forward to meeting you again with the next show of Travel in Time. Dan Blanchard saying take care.